Brush fires fueled by wind are burning in our region tonight, and people are being told to evacuate.
We are starting with renewed hope. Almost 3 decades after a man's life was taken too soon, now the case is heating up.
More than a month after a carbon monoxide leak at Covington Middle School, our Target 7 team is digging up answers on what led to the health scare.
Brent is joining us out from the hometown patio. Brent, looks like you need some shades out there.
I know, seriously, I know. That sun is bright. Well, at the very end, there is Enter Sandman, and you can almost see the different verses of it and the choruses when the jumping continues.
WDBJ7 starts with a first alert weather day.
Cold temperatures, snow across Virginia and here in our hometowns. Good evening, I'm Logan Sherrill.
And I'm Kate Capodanno. We want to kick things off with that first alert weather day because those conditions are why we have the first alert for today, Logan.
Yes, Justin Pavic. There is warmer weather, thankfully, down the line. But first, we got to get some bitterly cold temperatures our way.
Yeah, that's right, Kate, Logan. And another round of snow later on tonight. It's tapering off now throughout many hometowns, but like you said, the cold is locked in. And eventually we're going to stir that up with some more wind.
Kyra, you spoke with school officials about how they calculate whether it's a snow day or a virtual day.
Kate, we've had a lot of severe weather throughout the school year, and that means school districts like Botetourt County Public Schools are getting close to running out of their snow days.
Our WDBJ7 crews, of course, have been out today tracking all of the snow.
Yes, from Danville to Roanoke, they were able to see dusting all the way to a couple of inches. WDBJ7 meteorologist Bradford Ambrose is live in Lynchburg. Bradford, what can folks expect, I guess, for the evening commute if they're maybe headed out on the roads tonight or even into tomorrow morning?
Yeah, hey there, Melissa and Jean. Primary roads are looking good at this point.
Welcome back to Top Stories of 2024.
Welcome back to a WDBJ7 Top Stories special report. As the new year brings new leadership, WDBJ7's Joe DeShia looks back at the top races from the national stage to our hometowns.
President-elect Donald Trump will take office in less than 3 weeks. As we look back on the campaign, he visited Salem on the weekend before Election Day, bringing out thousands of supporters.
This is the greatest political movement in the history of our country.
And Radford was one of the first stops for Senator J.D. Vance after he joined the campaign as Trump's running mate in July.
Let's make more things in America.
After Joe Biden's withdrawal from the race in July, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz would win in Virginia. But the Democrats fell far short of the 270 Electoral College votes they needed to claim the election. From the national stage to a Virginia race and a heated primary in the 5th Congressional District, Republican State Senator John McGuire took on Republican incumbent Bob Good and won the GOP nomination by 375 votes, a margin of less than 1%. Good requested a recount, but McGuire's victory would stand, and he defeated Democrat Gloria Witt in the general election. Speaking of recounts, we turn to Roanoke, where a tight race for mayor dominated the headlines for days. It was a three-way contest with Republican David Bowers, Democrat Joe Cobb, and Independent Stephanie Moon Reynolds. When all the ballots were counted, Cobb had won by just 59 votes, and Bowers would request a recount.
I'd like some answers to some of these questions. I think the public would like some answers.
I stand by this outcome. It accurately reflects the votes of the people of the city of Roanoke.
Ultimately, the recount confirmed the original result, with Joe Cobb now slated to become Roanoke's next mayor. And as we head into the new year, we can look forward to a fight for control of the House of Delegates, and a race that promises to make history, with Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears and Democratic Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger vying to become the first woman to serve as Virginia's governor.
Violence ensued across multiple college campuses as students gathered to protest the loss of civilian lives during the war in Gaza.
Over the course of 3 days, more than 80 demonstrators were arrested at Virginia Tech in April. We have seen more and more police officers start to arrive. We see yellow tape all around here, but students are moving. They're locked in arms here, and they said they're not leaving. But police have told them they have 5 minutes to get out or they will be arrested.
Now, state leaders are considering how to balance the need to maintain order and public safety with the right to free speech.
And many say the conversation is just beginning.
Across our hometowns, residents have seen major development projects this year. WDBJ7's Kate Capodanno takes a look at a few new healthcare facilities that have begun construction.
Their emergency is our emergency.
That commitment to care turned into an investment in the New River Valley. Lewis Gale Medical Center opened its new emergency room in October in Christiansburg. The goal is to get patients quicker access to life-saving care. However, while that facility opened, Lewis Gale pressed pause on other healthcare services. Lewis Gale Hospital Montgomery in Blacksburg closed its maternity ward in April after announcing a temporary stop on labor and delivery services. The healthcare system pointing to staffing as the issue, saying it was struggling to recruit full-time OBGYNs. Expecting patients were instead moved to Salem for their deliveries. Celebrations like this one at Carilion Clinic marked progress. That healthcare system still pushing forward with two major projects. One represents advancements in cancer care for the region, the Carilion Taubman Cancer Center, which will be located at the Riverside Center in Roanoke.
The best medicine for someone who has been told that they have cancer is hope. And that medicine is medicine they can find here, particularly with the new cancer treatment center.
The Cancer Center is set to open in 2 years. The second project is the Carilion Crystal Spring Tower. It will soon be the home of Carilion's Cardiovascular Institute and the hospital's expanded emergency department. The tower will also have a new helipad and is set to open in spring of 2025.
After 10 years of controversy, the Mountain Valley Pipeline began operations in June. The pipeline spans approximately 303 miles across West Virginia and Virginia. Protesters have tried to block the project for years, citing environmental and safety concerns. A spokesperson for Mountain Valley says the cost was estimated to be $7.8 billion. Now that the pipeline is complete, the estimated cost has risen to $8.1 million.
Another major development, Caesars Casino is now open in Danville. Guests can stay at the resort with hundreds of games. Inside the resort, there's a hotel and convention space, as well as a spa, pool, and multiple bar and dining options.
This is a WDBJ7 Your Vote in Virginia update, sponsored by Ayers Financial Services.
Welcome back. The polls have been closed for nearly an hour now, and we are taking a look at some of our local races. And Dr. Bob joins us now. These seats, no surprise that the incumbents looks like are going to be heading back to another term. But you had mentioned the 5th district, where McGuire is a little bit closer with that race, which is an open seat after Good lost the primary.
Absolutely, and I've been wondering and hearing certain, because that was such a hard-fought primary where Bob Good lost by very few votes, considering all that was cast.
Meanwhile, the presidential race in Virginia is tight. Kate Capodanno joins us with a look at those numbers.
Hey there, Jean. We are getting a colorful picture here of the map, but when you look at Virginia, still a toss-up. Sitting in white, just changing color there. Looks very red right now, but there is still a lot of votes that need to come in tonight. Right now, former President Donald Trump getting a slight lead with those electoral votes with 101. Vice President Harris, 71 electoral votes tonight. But
WDBJ7 starts with breaking news now.
Good evening, I'm Natalie Fons. Thank you for joining us. That breaking news coming out of the Middle East tonight. Alarms have sounded across Israel as Iran has fired dozens of missiles on Israel. The move is in retaliation for deadly Israeli attacks on nuclear sites and military leaders earlier today. The Army said dozens of missiles were launched in the attack and has ordered residents across the country to move into bomb shelters. Air raid sirens sounded throughout Israel as Iran launched this attack. Explosions could be heard as missiles fell on Tel Aviv. Take a listen. White House officials say the U.S. is helping Israel intercept Iranian missiles.